You can mute the self-checkout kiosks, pulling out the plug at the back and mimicking the beep noise as staff look on with a grumpy face. Made me laugh the most I have laughed today. Thank you. When my daughter was little and still believed band-aids cured things. One time she had a bellyache, so I put one on her belly and it made her feel better. Power of placebos. Circa 1978 I saw an ad in the back of what was then called a Nudie magazine. It boasted the most powerful placebo on the market. That shit is hilarious. Once saw that even if one knows that they're taking placebos, it's still effective. Take a $1 bill and flip it over. Now tape a $5 bill and tape it to the end of the upside down single with as little tape as possible to make it secure. Now feed the $5 bill into a change machine. The coin machine reads the 5, gives you quarters, then reads the upside down single, rejects that, and boom, you got yourself a felony. This is the caliber of post I was expecting. Actual cheat codes. Not be nice to your family and surprise they won't hate you. Thank you. If you have no complaints about your food service / staff at a restaurant, ask to see the manager and pay a compliment and a thank you about the server / host / staff. Usually people want to see a manager to complain, and a compliment is nearly always welcome. I've gotten countless free drinks / appetizers / chips / percent off my bill, all for just making a polite comment to management. Edit. Thanks for the Reddit gold, kind stranger. You probably caused mini heart attacks until they realized you wanted the manager for good reasons. I had a professor in college who, while lecturing, suddenly let out a huge fart without pausing. He turned his head as if talking to someone behind him, said jet and heat, and continued lecturing as if nothing has happened. It immediately diffused any potential awkwardness and embarrassment, and I vowed to use the same strategy if the same thing ever happened to me in front of a large crowd of people. What a power move. Not a cheat code, but an Easter egg. If you ask someone if they know all the words to I'm a Little Teapot, around 80% of the people you ask will start singing it. Half of those will do the gestures. That's fucking hilarious. I'm at a tattoo studio right now and I asked the £300 intimidatingly tattooed owner of the shop if he knew the words to I'm a Little Teapot. Without hesitation he started reciting it while doing the pantomimes. Impressive. Doing your own research, especially on the important stuff. You would be amazed about the bad information people use to make life choices. To add to this, someone's opinion blog isn't research. You meant to tell me you can cure cancer with essentialoils.com isn't giving completely legitimate health advice. Nonsense. And surely cannabis 420 spirits.org isn't misleading me about how marijuana is the cure for every problem in society. I'm an assistant teacher in a preschool. Asking if kids can use their sitting muscles and listening muscles during circle time makes the kids want to show me how strong they are. All good and well until some kid flexes their sitting muscles too hard and suddenly you've got a poopy pants emergency. Walk with a purpose. For some reason people think you're busy and you don't get hassled. Reminds me of George on Seinfeld when he acts like he's always annoyed so everyone assumes he's working hard. He leaves his car at work so people think he never leaves, lol. Makes a secret nook under his desk for work naps. George is an inspiration. No one stops a guy or girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. I've always wondered, what exactly do you do once you get backstage? Eat the pizza, but at this point sneaking backstage is just one step between you and pizza and that can't fly. You don't have to always give away the recipe. By that I mean, don't over-explain yourself. If you can't do something, 9 out of 10 times it's okay to simply say, unfortunately I'm not able to do that, can't swing it this time etc. You don't have to go on and on about why, or make up reasons and list them off. Over-explaining just ends up looking more suspect than simply being clear and concise. I like this one. I have found myself making up elaborate stories to explain why I couldn't attend an event or something. Just be brief, honest, and to the point. Compliment your children with, you are a hard worker, and not, you're smart. Studies show that kids who think they're hard workers outperform kids who think they're smart. Can confirm. Was told I was smart as a kid. Terrible worker. Edit. I don't mean to confirm this as causation, just my experience. As an adult you can tell almost any kid who is running to stop running and they will. Man, you know way better kids than I do. Yeah, really. Driving down a neighborhood street. Kid is riding his bike exactly in the middle of the road, blocking all traffic. I carefully move all the way to the side to pass. Roll down the window. Hey, can you stay to the side? You're going to get hit if you ride in the middle. Fucker just gives me a smug grin and keeps riding down the middle. As I'm pulling away I hear him scream, slow down. Son of a bitch yelled the one thing he knows makes me look bad to anyone who can hear. Still salty. The remain silent dialogue option is useful. Even if you have to scroll down to find it, it can keep you from failing or getting locked out of certain quest lines. I've mastered the basic acknowledgement skill. Someone will inevitably say something that on its own means nothing. They're implying something, but it's often effective to just get them to say it out loud. Sometimes it's the buffer between just do it and that sounded more intense than I thought. Okay, in that go on kind of tone. I have a heated throw blanket in my living room in the winter. I wrap my coat up in it, crank up the heat, and in a few minutes, my coat is toasty warm so I can brave the coldest day. Also toss your jeans in the dryer for 15 minutes on a cold morning and you will have similarly warm jeans. It's a nice perk if you have guests over too. Hey, take off your pants and let me warm those babies up. Niceness gets you everywhere. I get free shit from being nice. And no, it's not because I'm a cute girl. Because I'm not. I'm an overweight balding man. People respond to niceness. I've befriended the Comcast customer support person. I've befriended the most disliked crotchety person in our office. I get special treatment at my cafeteria because I treat the service staff like actual human beings. I get fees waived because I ask nicely. Be nice. It costs little and is worth a lot. Underpromise and overperform. Say you'll achieve less than you think you will and then do more and everyone will be impressed. Works well at a job. My boss does a good job of keeping track of what you've been able to do in the past and always asking for more than that. I get that he's trying to develop his employees, but it's fucking annoying not getting credit for 95% of a project but you already knew how to do that. Faking confidence usually leads to actually being more confident. I love the phrase fake it till you make it. It's incredible how much success is a byproduct of just acting confident about whatever you are doing. Public speaking is fake it till you make it for at least 90% of people. If you work Monday through Friday, spend a small amount of time on Sunday afternoon evening sorting out your lunch for the week. I batch cook a pot of something and portion it out into 5 containers. It saves a ton of money. It's usually healthier and it saves time having to make something quickly each morning because you can just grab a container out of the fridge and go. As a doctor, I learned that earning grades and learning are two different things. Such a shame that universities focus so much on grades. I did my undergrad at a school that didn't really have grades. They were there for purely post-grad purposes. What the college focused on was written evaluations from the professor. If you put in minimal effort and got a B, it was noted. If you weren't doing great in the class initially but worked really hard at the end of the semester and got a B, it was noted. Honestly, the best way to learn. Wish I could upvote this a million times. It is so true in a lot of our higher education institutions. Set the do not disturb feature on your phone to turn on from 10 PM through 7 AM. You will sleep so much better without constant notifications from emails, games, or your mother-in-law who wants to send a group message at midnight because she is in a different time zone. If you have people you want to be able to reach you, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, you can make a special list that will let only their calls/messages come through. If you're at a bar and want a girl's number, don't ask for her number. Instead ask for her Snapchat and they will 99% of the time agree regardless if you're ugly, undesirable, etc. Hit them up the next day and see how it goes. I've had good results doing this. Edit. Not that I'm ugly or undesirable. My mom says I'm handsome. If you call your boss a cunt, you don't have to go to work anymore. I did this and got a promotion. I work for one kinky dude. Does not work in Australia. Can confirm. Also, if you're ever told, if you're not here on Friday, don't bother coming in on Monday, you get a 4-day weekend. Awesome. Best boss ever. If someone is going to complain about you to their boss, or your boss, or call the cops for a noise violation, or something like that, all you have to do is complain about them first and you'll usually come out the victor. In these situations it's way less about who is right and who is wrong and way more about who lodged the initial complaint against whom. This is known as anchoring. It's very true, and has incredibly powerful effects in opinions.
Cowbelly, let's go, baby.
Demonetization is dropping your eating to stop a migration of top innovation and content creation in an opposite way. I saw your new status and got inspiration to drop a new cape. On top of your face is a mock and the face of the clock is still raising. The mob is impatient, a monster is late, cannot just escape. News drop like a cave. YouTube Ukraine, you thought you would make it. Asked all the creators who want to get paid for their awesome creation. So take the advice of God and make it. All I got to say is Cowbelly TV gets more traffic than a metropolis. Yes bitch, that's me. And I'm still looking for where my profit is.